Hello everyone, this is Kenobi here. This is my review on Kenobi. Now, this is one of the last expanded universe novels that were released before they decanonized the expanded universe. Now, as one of the last novels in the EU, how is it? Because, I gave my thoughts on Razor's Edge, Maul Lockdown, and Honor Amongst Thieves already. How does this novel stack up? I think this novel is pretty good. It's different from what I'm used to reading. I'm used to reading stuff that's really huge and epic, because that's what I've mainly been reviewing. But I'm reading stuff that's more grounded on one planet, which is something that I don't really do very often when I want to read Star Wars, because I want to, read about characters visiting other worlds. But for this particular story, I think it works, considering the fact that this is when Obi-Wan is still settling down on Tatooine. And instead of doing a story, which 300 to 400 pages of focusing on primarily on Obi-Wan Kenobi, it focuses on other characters. So when Obi-Wan appears, we get, the thoughts of other characters about Obi-Wan. And who is this mysterious new person that's set on Tatooine? And I think that's interesting because we don't know, what Obi-Wan's thinking most of the time. And I think that's what makes this story work. We do get glimpses of what his thoughts a few times in this novel, such as the meditation portions where he communicates with Qui-Gon. I think it works because, in my opinion, I don't think we need to know complete what Obi-Wan's thinking. I think we have a general idea what he's thinking. We have a glimpse of his guilt of what happened, with Anakin and in Revenge of the Sith, because this book takes place not too long after the events of Revenge of the Sith, and Obi-Wan dealing with the aftermath. And those events are still fresh in his mind. Now, I think, to me, that this is a story that I can recommend to someone, even if they're following the new canon and they're not too heavily into the EU. I think this is a good book to start with, especially if they want to read about something different, something Western, and reading an Obi-Wan story. Obi-Wan isn't the main character. It doesn't focus exclusively on Obi-Wan. It's one of those stories, I think it works in its favor, because I don't think I would want to read a 300 and something page book of Obi-Wan doing whatever when we know what he's doing at this time. I think getting other characters' thoughts of Obi-Wan every time he appears is more effective, because you can still tell a Obi-Wan story without actually having him, be the central character that you focus on. And I think John Jackson Miller did a great job. He also did a good job connecting the dots. He references, one of my favorite Star Wars comics. He referenced, Outlander. He referenced Knights of the Old Republic. There's various other things that are referenced in this book, and I think John Jackson Miller does a great job. I think this book adds much to the lore of the Star Wars expanded universe. And I'd recommend it for pretty much anyone who's a fan of Obi-Wan, or who is simply looking for a story that isn't part of a huge storyline like Legacy of the Force, New Jedi Order. You just want to read something that's a one-off story because you're reading something in the new canon and you're out of material. You want something to read in Legends. Well, this is a good place to start, at least one of them. So yeah, Kenobi, I'd give this a great rating. I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything, but I think it's a pretty good read. And, well, next time when I review a Star Wars novel in this era, I'm going to be reviewing Dark Lord, Rise of Darth Vader by James Luceno. Later, everyone, and may the Force be with you always.